Gene Deal, seen Diddy Combs' ex-bodyguard, alleges that Diddy abused Usher as a child, causing severe injuries. In a recently resurfaced video, seen Diddy Combs' ex-security guard, Gene Deal alleged that the rapper abused Usher when he was a child. The former bodyguard claimed that few music executives told him that Diddy abused child Usher in such a brutal manner that he started bleeding from his butt.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
The allegations followed Diddy being slammed, with more than 100 lawsuits, of which 25 were minor at the time of abuse. The youngest child was a 9-year-old boy among the lawsuit filers. In this video, we are going to talk about a story on Seen Combs and Usher. Before we start the video, please like and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Let's get started.
Bieber got by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get by Diddy anymore.
Diddy's former bodyguard reveals abuse on child Usher. Gene revealed the alleged abuse Usher suffered at the hands of Diddy. When asked, what happened to Usher? He replied, I heard from some music executive from the industry, and I'm not gonna speak the name. They doing programs and everything. And then some that want to speak themselves, but I heard it from some music executives. The host urged, what is you hear? Diddy's former bodyguard then revealed, you know, how people be talking. At the time, I didn't know who the abuse Usher was. It was that type of situation.
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem.
But people were saying Puff sent this kid to the hospital, and he was bleeding from the butt. He continued, I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. And then you heard, that's what happened. Gene added, then you have these kids coming forward to say that he did. I don't know, man. Earlier, Usher was blamed for the injustice that happened to Justin Bieber, as the former took over the child's custody from the management. Later, he handed over Bieber to Diddy for 48 hours, when the mogul was denied the custody by Baby Singer's management. Gene's earlier claims about Diddy's arrest. According to Gene, who was the Bad Boy Records owner's bodyguard throughout the 1990s, claimed that Diddy kept sex tapes of politicians who took part in his free golf parties.
I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation.
He believes that the arrest is connected to a corruption scandal growing in the shadows of New York City politics. Diddy was arrested in New York, after which he was charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. When he appeared in the Art of Dialogue podcast, he said, this is all bigger than Diddy, without any further mention of the sax tapes. What is Combs' relationship with Usher? Usher and Combs became acquainted in 1994 when producer Ella Reid, who had signed Usher to his record label, sent him to live when he was about 15 years old, with Combs at his home in Scarsdale, New York, while he worked on his self-titled debut album. In 2004, Usher told Rolling Stone Combs, introduced me to a totally different set of shit, sex specifically, while he lived at his New York home. There was always girls around. You open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy, Usher said. But through the years, Usher has remained tight-lipped about the experience and does not talk much about his relationship with Combs. He addressed living with Combs in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern, but gave few details. Stern asked if it was filled with chicks and orgying nonstop, to which Usher replied, not really.
Hit me no more, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more, let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4, hey, hey, hey.
Usher said living with Combs was pretty wild, and there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand. When Stern asked if Usher would ever send his kids to Puffy Camp, he replied, hell no. Last week, all of Usher's posts on X disappeared, fueling rumors it was somehow related to Combs. But Usher wrote in a post on X Sunday that his account was hacked and damn y'all ran with it, and his previous post reappeared. Usher has not commented on Combs' arrest or sexual assault allegations. Usher reveals what he saw at Diddy's house. In the resurfaced video of the interview, When asked if Diddy's house was the center for all the wild parties and non-stop orgies, the singer said, "Not really. I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at." He added, "It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place and I didn't necessarily understand it." In 2004, he divulged that Diddy exposed him to a totally different set of sex, specifically in a Rolling Stone interview. The old clips of the interview resurfaced following Diddy's arrest in Manhattan on Monday night. He was later charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. In a resurfaced old interview, Usher revealed that he saw a series of very curious things when he was living with Sean Diddy Combs during his teenage years. The singer moved in with Diddy when he was 14 in the spring of 1994. The reason behind this move was to give the young Usher a taste of the high life, as reported by Ella Reid. The old video is from when the You Got It Bad singer appeared on The Howard Stern Show in 2016. Justin Bieber and Usher urged to speak out. Following Diddy's recent arrest, former associates like Justin Bieber and Usher are facing increasing pressure to speak out against the disgraced mogul. Fans believe these young artists may have personal experiences that could help with the case. Earlier this year, a video surfaced of Combs publicly criticizing a teenage Bieber for not spending enough time with him. A source earlier informed the outlet that while Bieber is reportedly aware of the situation, he is currently focused on his family and kid. Usher, on the other hand, mysteriously deleted his entire Twitter account, claiming it had been hacked. Describing an inappropriate environment, Usher has spoken about encounters with orgies and other explicit scenes. Despite the allure of the kind of life Diddy was modeling for the young man, Usher expressed uncertainty about fully understanding what he saw at the time, underscoring the complexities of navigating fame and temptation at a young age. The revival of Usher's interview coincided with federal raids on Diddy's residences in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a sex trafficking investigation. While Diddy has vehemently denied all allegations against him, the raids have drawn scrutiny and backlash from many. At the end of Usher's year in New York, Reid was thrilled to discover his experiment had worked. Puffy walked in without a shirt like the king of the world, popped a cassette into my stereo, pressed play, and started dancing all over the room as soon as the music began, he recalled. Puffy had done exactly what I wanted him to do for Usher. He gave this little kid a hip-hop-infused R&B sound full of bad boy swagger. Reid's memoir also reveals how things came full circle when Usher brought him Justin Bieber as a gift by Usher when the baby singer was 14 years old. The pop star, who was 15 when he gained worldwide fame with his debut single One Time in 2009, was originally discovered age 12 by industry entrepreneur Scooter Braun when he was covering pop songs by Usher and Chris Brown on YouTube. But his big break came when Usher introduced him to his former mentor, Reid. 1 year on from being signed to Island Records by Reid, a 15-year-old Bieber spent a now infamous 48-hour period with Diddy seemingly unsupervised at the rapper's home, where they went full buck crazy. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for future updates. See you in the next video.